All right, we're ready to prep for grading. So we're going to use our ruler before we do any grading. We're going to measure every single side 2 directions. Side to side, top to bottom. You are going to write that measurement on. Part of your grade is how accurately you measure. So if you measure the side, it's supposed to be 2 inches, but if it's just shy and it's 1 inch and 15/16, that's what you should write. Because if you write 2 inches and it's not, you're going to lose some points with the measuring aspect of this. So we're going to write those measurements on. So I'm going to set this on there. I'm going to measure across this way from here to here, and it's falling right between a 1/16 and the full inch. We're going to round it up to 2 inches. Okay, if you're that close, we'll call it good. So I'm going to write 2 inches this way, and then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to measure it this way, and this one looks spot on 2 inches. 2 inches that way. Okay, we're going to do that several more times until I have every single side measured. All right, looks like I've got measurements marked on every side. I've got my name on it. Now we're ready to get the rubric and give ourselves a grade. All right, so here's how we give ourselves a grade. Using the rubric, which we will attach in our Google Classroom, we've got 4 categories: tabs, measuring, square, and appearance. Each category is worth up to 5 points. Obviously 0 if you haven't done anything, 5 if you feel you did it perfectly. So in your notebook, you're going to write down those categories. Just write measuring, square, tabs, and overall. It's been a long day, can you tell? Appearance ends with an E. And we're going to give ourselves a grade. So partially accuracy, are we at 2 inches all the way around? I had one side here that was 2 1/16, just a hair off. And then when I'm checking it, I'm going to see, well, if this was 2 1/16, but you only wrote 2 inches, you know, that might ding you a point or 2. So I think, you know, this was pretty good. I'm within a 1/16 on 2 of the measurements. So again, up to 5, like it explains in the rubric. Maybe I'll give myself 4 points. Square. We're looking at all of our sides here. This kind of has to do with gluing and folding. You can see I was just a hair off on that, but that's real close. I think that's plenty good enough. If I look at it, does it look square? Or do I have any sides that are maybe twisted a little bit? And the biggest indicator are the corners. If I look at a corner and 3 sides come together to make a perfect point, we're pretty close. This side, you can see I actually cut just a little bit, so I've got a teeny little hole there, but I'm still pretty close. If this piece like sticks out, we mismeasured somewhere, we're a little off. The other thing that helps kind of identify are the tab lines. These are very, very close to parallel. That one overlaps just a hair. So we only have those 2 sides, we can really check that. I think it looks pretty good, but maybe not quite perfect. Tabs, they look like they're all accurately cut at 45 degrees. I think those look really good. And overall appearance looks great. So I'm going to write 5 for that one as well. I'm going to add all those up and I get 18 out of 20. Now you can bring this up to me. We'll review it. I'll double check your measuring. I might agree with your score. I might disagree. I might say, you know, I think you were very close, so we're going to change that. So we'll leave the rest of it there. So I'm actually going to give you a 19. We'll write your score on there, and you're done. At this point, once I've graded it, you can take it home, you can save it. You should save this in your notebook. Sometimes computer doesn't always save things, but if you can show me this with my markings on it, then I can put that in the gradebook if for some reason the gradebook does not save it. Okay, there we go. We've just built a perfect paper cube.